Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this video we're looking at my newest custom, which is a new Deathstroke. This is an armored anime style Deathstroke. It's made for a customer of mine who's a returning customer. The last custom he bought was the Under the Red Hood version of Red Hood with the Jason Todd head. And so he wanted this time to go a little bit of a different route. He wanted a Deathstroke that was based on the anime or armored Batman that I made. I think it was about a year ago now. So unfortunately, this guy isn't going to be on the same shelf as that Batman. But I guess that's okay. That's something I can live with. So anyway, this guy is based off of that Batman. So he in fact uses the exact same base body, which is the Super Action Statue Warsman figure, which is basically just a blank body that I sculpted and cobbled everything together on top of, which is always fun for me. You guys know I like doing original designs, and so this is kind of right up my alley. And I'm quite a big fan of Deathstroke, so that was also fun. I just really like the character design. This one is obviously kind of a more futuristic, high-tech Deathstroke. So that was kind of fun, giving him that modular, armored kind of look. Let's go over accessories, I guess, before we do anything else. So the first thing, obviously, he has the Katana, which is just a standard Marvel Legends Katana. Didn't need to do anything with that. Then I made him a steel, actually it's aluminum, staff, which is hollow, so it's nice and light. But still it's metal, so that's kind of fun. And I just made two little holders on the back there that I sculpted onto him that those both go into. And I'll post pictures at the end, of course, so you guys can see everything in detail. But my customer wanted basically just like this, something that was integrated into his suit that was fairly non-obtrusive. That's not even a word. I don't think that's a word. That might be a word. It might be now, but I don't think it was before. Something that doesn't stick out a lot, something that kind of just blends in, so that's what those two things are right there. And so they give them a nice cross shape with the two weapons. And the cool thing I did with those is they're just slightly offset, and you can't really tell unless you look at it from this kind of angle. And that allows them to overlap without, you know, pressing against each other and making it look funny. So that works pretty nicely. I'm happy with how it turned out, so that's good. Okay, let's go back to the rest of the accessories. So we'll get to the, well, let's just go over the basic stuff first. So I'll set him down, and then we have a rifle. Of course, we need just your kind of standard rifle, nothing too fancy going on there. We have a shotgun. Just give him some firepower, of course. We have two machine pistols, or I think they're called Scorpions, I'm not sure. Well, that could be completely incorrect, but we've got two of those, so he could dual wield them. Two pistols, just kind of your standard Glock, I guess, something like that. And then we have a whole bunch of different hands. You saw the two hands on him. He was holding stuff, obviously, so those are his gripping hands. Then he also has, of course, to use his firearms, trigger finger hands. And two fist hands, because we need to have variety. And he does martial arts, so fist hands, and then lastly open palm hands for more martial arts or just for posing, whatever you want to do. The hands all came from the SH Figuarts Black Condor. I also used the wrist joint from him, put the wrist joint inside this wrist so it was all usable, and so the hands are all interchangeable. So that's what I did for that. We also have an alternate head, which I took a Marvel Legends Punisher head, and I resculpted, obviously. Oop, wow, that's totally gone. I don't even know if I can get to that if I cut the video, but I'm going to have to try. So what I was saying was I used the Marvel Legends Punisher head, and I sculpted the goatee and the mustache on there. I sculpted the eyebrow. Then I resculpted the whole front half of the hair so that I could tuck the eye patch underneath there, just to give it a little bit of a different look. So I sculpted the eye patch, obviously. I sculpted the scar underneath his eye patch for whatever damaged his eye, and then I just repainted the whole thing. I gave him a little bit of gray mixed in with the black throughout, but then down into the sideburns so that it kind of matched the goatee and the eyebrow a little bit. And then I gave him some 5 o'clock shadow on there. Then I just painted up the eye. So that's that head, and they're just interchangeable. And then this head, which is probably the one that's going to get displayed most, this is just kind of like your standard Deathstroke head, only with a few futuristic concept type things. I wanted to give him that like kind of future ninja, cyborg ninja look. So what I did was I took a Captain America head and then I resculpted the whole front half and part of this right side of his head, and then obviously all of this left side here. So really the only thing that was left was the eye and then this patterning back here on the very back. So I did that, and then I obviously had to repaint the eyeball to make it look as realistic as possible. We've got the orange here with the blue down the center just to kind of tie it in with the rest of the blues. We have the gunmetal on this side, then we have gray paneling on either side, and then on the back we have blue paneling, and on the back we also have an articulated, whatever you call this. It's not really a headband or a bandana, but my customer wanted to have this on there, and so I wanted to put it on there, but I wanted to make it articulated so he could pose it however he wanted, so it can rotate, you can put it up, it's hinged, so you can do pretty much whatever you want with it. So that he should have some fun posing that. Technically it's removable, but I don't recommend that just because you don't want to risk breaking it, because I did have to make the whole joint area. So that's that. And then one last accessory, which was also kind of a bonus. He wasn't expecting the Poseable Bandana. He didn't know I was doing this either. And what I did for this was, this wrist piece of armor can actually come off this front piece here, if I can get it. Let's see if I can do it on camera. Come on. Yeah, that's gone too. Whatever, I'll pick it up later. So that comes off and it reveals a little bitty hole. And then in the hole you can plug in this, which gives him his grappling hook type thing that he had in Arkham Origins. And that's bendable wire, so you can bend that and do whatever you want with that. So just a little bonus accessory that I thought would be fun to include. So we will take that out because we don't need that on there for the rest of the video. And then for the body, like I said, it's the Super Action Statue Warsman. Let's just get him kind of opened up. And I just sculpted, I sculpted the whole chest except for this part and those two blue parts right there. This is half sculpt and half parts that I found. The abdominal section is all sculpted, the belt is all sculpted, all of the side things are sculpted. The shoulder pad and bicep are half sculpt and half cobbling. The forearms are almost all sculpt. Excuse me. This is partially from something else, a little attack pad with a readout on there. And then the legs are armor from various figures with straps and sculpt added to them. So that's pretty much the rundown of the figure. We just really wanted to get a Deathstroke that was kind of futuristic and anime looking and really articulated. So that's what we did. And so I'm going to go ahead and call that a wrap, and I'll just post some photos at the end so you guys can see him in action. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see my upcoming figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And, oh, I also sculpted all the back. I didn't mention that. There's all the back stuff, and he can still use the display stage, which you will see in the photos. Alright guys, whatever I was saying, thanks for watching, subscribe. Until next time, keep collecting.